Okay, so now we're at the broad jump. Pretty self-explanatory. Couple things you want to keep in mind though with your tape. So we want to start our tape at the front of the line. It's much easier to know if a player's toes are behind the line on the green than if they're on a white line. So we started our measurement from the front of that line. We pulled it all the way down. We made marks at 8, 9, 10, and 11 feet just to give the athletes, you know, kind of a gauge of where they are. Also gives the NFL teams a gauge when they watch the tape of where the players are landing for each jump. We've ended at 11, and we also have a long yardstick here, so it's a nice flat surface, so when the player lands, we can come out from the tape and get the measurement. Key thing here, Jeb, why don't you come up real quick? Toes are behind the line. He's gonna explode out. He's gotta stick his landing. Jeb's gotta stick his landing, and we're gonna take the measurement from the back heel of his back foot. So Jeb, why don't you jump out here, kind of stagger your finish. There you go, so settle back in your shoes. So we're going from the back of Jeb's left heel, because that's the furthest one back, and that jump was at 7 feet 9 inches. I know Jeb can do better, but that was a great demonstration. So come on, Jeb, why don't you come back one more. Key points here. You can rock back and forth in your shoes, okay? But you can't shuffle your feet before you jump out. NFL scouts will flag that. They'll make you come back and have another jump. So you can rock back and forth, and then you got to come straight out. You got to stick that landing, okay? You can't fall forward and settle back. The NFL has become much more stringent upon that over the years. You have to stick your landing to get an accurate mark. So Jeb, why don't we try a real jump here? Come away from the line a little bit so you don't land on the tape, which is important. Come step out here. There you go. That's why you need a nice long yardstick for the measurement. So on you, get out there as far as you can go. Try to get a good, stick your landing and get a good mark. There you go. Good jump. Very good jump by Jeb. He was right at 9 foot even. So 9 foot even over here on the tape. 9 foot even. So that would be Jeb's mark for that. We get 2 jumps, 2 vertical jumps, 2 broad jumps. We take the best mark. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the start for the 40-yard dash, okay? Jeb's hand's going to be behind the line. He's going to get in a 3-point stance. You know, all these players have been training with different trainers, working on their starts. As long as they're in a nice football 3-point stance, they're all set. So again, you want a nice 3-second pause. You get it, you really reiterate to the players, they need that pause so the NFL can get an accurate clock on their 40. So they're in their stance, 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. Jeb explodes out. Clock start on that first hand movement. As soon as he fires out and that hand lifts, that's when the clocks are going to go off. Okay, when we're talking about 40 starts, there's a couple common things that will get a player in trouble, get him whistled back to restart his 40. The first is a quick start. You know, the NFL is going to want a nice 3 count so they can get a clock on you. So when Jeb gets up in his stance, he just gets up and he fires right out. We're going to whistle that back. You know, that would be whistled back at the combine. Got to get in your stance for a nice 3-second count, 3-second pause. NFL scouts can get a clock on you. That's what we're looking for. The second is a rolling start. So Jeb's going to get in his stance again. What it really is a forward lean out of the stance before you pull that hand up. See? That little forward lean is called a rolling start. You see that? That's also going to be whistled back as well. What we want is a nice 3-second count, fire that hand back, off you go on your 40. Okay, one important note for timing of the 40-yard dash. For anyone that's timing, they have to be on the opposite side of the videographer. You can't have anyone standing or kneeling on the finish line that would obstruct the view of the camera. So any timers, be on the opposite side of the cones of the videographer so you can get a clean time.